Good evening. This evening's shir is sponsored Le'ilui Nishmas in memory of Moshe ben Shirley Olav Hashalom. So in our last shir, we spoke about the fact that after a void was perceptually created by the process of tzimtzum, then a thin light was brought in from the infinite into the void. And the term that I like to use for that light is the line light. And the Biyam Darkecha continues to explain that, again, describing this light as a line is not meant to be a description of what the light actually looked like, but it's meant to define for us how this light functions. Meaning that unlike the infinite light, which shines on all things equally, this is not a light which shines in a perfectly equal manner, but rather it is a light that is constricted and limited, because the infinite light is not being reflected into the void in its fullest manner, but rather it is a very small shine of that light, hidden and limited in such a way that is commensurate with the ability of the beings within the void to receive it. And that's why the Otzros Chaim continues on by saying that it is ke'ein tzinor. It is like a pipeline, that this light enters into a kli, into a vessel. This is really the first time that we find over here the discussion of the fact that in order to receive God's light, we need to have vessels that the light can enter into. That the light has to shine within those vessels in order to be received. Imagine, if you will, a fiber optic cable that is only effective to the extent that the light is working its way through the cable itself. And again, as we said, the light is only going to be as effective as the vessel which is receiving it and carrying it has the capability of receiving and carrying. It's very necessary then that the quantity of light that's coming through is not going to be more than the vessel has the ability to carry. Imagine again, if you would think of a electric circuit in which the voltage is too high, which would cause the entire circuit to start to melt. So in the same way, the light that's coming into the vessel has to be appropriate for what that vessel has the capability of carrying. When it does, the light shines and gives life to the vessel as well. Similar to the fact that a neshama, a soul entering into the body, gives life to the body, and the neshama, the soul, is appropriate to what that particular body has the ability to carry in order to be able to give it life. He goes on to say that this light, which is drawn from the infinite into the void, fills it. Meaning, even though we said the light is only coming in through a small line, but that's only a description of how the light enters into the void, to let us know that this light is limited and is commensurate with the vessel that's receiving it. But once that light comes in, that light then fills up the entirety of the void. Now, the word line in Hebrew is a kav. And in a footnote, he explains as follows, that the word kav, the Ramchal, Rav Moshe Chaim Lutzato explains, can also be understood as coming from the word tikva, to hope. Because through this line light that's coming in, which is a limited reflection of God's light that gives all of those of us within the void the ability to hope to get a fuller revelation of God. And that spurs us then to do what we can do, whether through deepening our understanding of Torah, whether through praying to God to enable us to receive more of that light for which we are now hoping. The Rishash, Rav Shalom Sharabi, he explains that that line light is the Torah, because the Torah is the revelation of God's light in a measure and a manner that those of us within creation have the ability to receive in order to achieve some level of connection to God. And that is both that the Torah itself is the light of God, and through the Torah, we have the ability to enhance our connection to that light. And the Biyam Karch explains that both of these explanations, both the Ramchal, who said that the line represents hope, and the Rishash, who says that the line is Torah, they're both telling us that the concept of this line is God's connecting from the creator to the creation through the means of this vessel of hope and desire. Practically speaking, we have to realize that even though we are here within the tzimtzum, within the constriction, still God reveals himself to us in our place of constriction. And he shines upon each and every one of us a light that we individually have the ability to receive. And therefore everybody can hope to God and to desire and to look forward to his revelation. And that's something which we need to wait for as we pray and we work on ourselves to be able to achieve it. By increasing our study of Torah, it gives us a greater recognition of God, and again, more of an ability to receive his light. Because as we said, the Torah is the revelation of God, through which God shows us the path and shines upon us the knowledge and experience of his existence, to which we can then fully connect. Thank you very much for listening. Have a great evening.